We're here today with Dr. Richard Raubolt, who has worked with trauma survivors for over 25 years and has presented nationally and internationally on his treatment approach. Dr. Raubolt is the editor and a contributing author of Power Games, Influence, Persuasion, and Indoctrination in Psychotherapy Training. He is also a member of the board of directors of the International Federation of Psychoanalytic Education and a chair of the Publications Committee. Welcome today, Dr. Raubolt.
Thank you.
The first question I have for you today, since you'll be discussing your new book, Theaters of Trauma, I was hoping that you could give us a brief description, a few words of what trauma means.
Well, trauma, as I'm defining it, and as I've written about it, is about psychological and emotional trauma. Probably the easiest way of understanding it is that it is an event or series of events that is overwhelming to the individual. So overwhelming that the individual, and I should say any individual, is unable to think about it clearly, really doesn't know and isn't able to sort out all the feelings that they have about it. They're not able to make sense of it. It's an incomprehensible event. It shakes one's basic foundation and belief in oneself. It turns one's world upside down. And it feels like something is foreign, actually foreign, inside someone because they feel so out of control. In my book, I talk about complex trauma, where there is the ongoing severe trauma that is terribly disruptive to the individual psychic fabric of how not only they view themselves, but how they live in the world.
So, Dr. Raubolt, what is unique about this book?
The book is unique in that it invites the reader inside the consulting room, inside my consulting room, to experience as best as one can, not actually being there, but through the prose, through the descriptions of my work with patients, what they say, what I say, what they live through, what I live through with them. It's a book about resiliency, it's a book about courage, it's a book about recovery. It's also a book that describes in detail the emotional pain and difficulty on both sides, both for the therapist and for the patient or actor, as I refer to them in the book, in recovering from trauma that is so debilitating. This is a very personal book, it's a very honest book, and it's a very descriptive book of really what happens when a therapist becomes deeply involved in a therapeutic relationship that affects him or her as much as the individual client or patient.
Would you be willing to read an excerpt from your book?
Oh, I'd be delighted. What I'd like to do is read a few brief paragraphs from the prologue. We really don't know ourselves. Instead, we are forever surprised, pleasantly or unpleasantly, as the case may be, by what comes into our heads or out of our mouths. Our bodies contain and expose what we often don't recognize in ourselves. Our unconscious guarantees we are and will be many characters. Maybe, though, we can become acquainted with the most disruptive and damaging by listening to their stories as they unfold. In theaters, I have melded many different voices and allowed many different actors to participate in each story. In each story, there are real actors who do exist, but each is hidden among the various roles, as is the case in so much of life, and in order to protect confidentiality. I have attempted to write in a style that evokes a feeling sense of trauma and therapy, if only an approximation, and a limited one at best. The stories, reflections, and drawings are meant to describe the unexpected, indeed unpredictable, scenes that are so much a part of the coming together and falling apart aspects of living with trauma of all kinds.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.